I thought forgetting her would fix everything. The sleepless nights, the grief, the guilt. So when I found the app that could raise memories, I used it. But now, the memories are gone, and something else is here. Something is inside the part of me that forgot, and it wants to be remembered. I'm going to tell you something that no one will believe, and even I don't know if it's real anymore. 2 weeks ago, I used an app to erase a memory. Not a bad photo or an embarrassing video, a whole memory of a person. Her name was Cassie. She died last year, a car crash. I was driving. I lived. She didn't. They called it survivor's guilt. But guilt is too soft a word. What I felt was a weight, like a body was still in the car next to me, whispering every time I closed my eyes. I found Remu on a tech forum I shouldn't have been on, a place where coders and hackers trade broken things. One user said the app helped him forget what he did in the war. Another said she used it to forget her mother's final words. Memory is just a sequence of synaptic snapshots. One comment read, Remu lets you delete the frame. But be warned, the empty space doesn't stay empty for long. I didn't care about warnings. The app looked clean. Minimal UI. One button, select a memory to erase. It asked me to record the memory out loud. So I did. I told it everything. The accident, the smell of burned rubber, Cassie's scream, the silence afterward. Then I tapped ERASE. The screen blinked white. I didn't feel anything. Not at first. The first thing I noticed was the quiet. Not in the room. In my mind. It was like someone had shut off the fan that had been running non-stop in my head. No more looping nightmares. No sudden tears. No Cassie. I checked my photos. Her pictures were still there. But they felt distant. Like looking at a stranger's life. I couldn't remember her voice, her laugh, even our last fight. Gone. For the first time in a year, I slept through the night. And when I woke up, I smiled. I should have known that was the first sign. 3 days later, things started. Slipping. It was small stuff at first. I poured orange juice into cereal. I left the stove on. Twice. Then I found my keys in the freezer. I thought I was just tired. But then came the dreams. I'd wake up gasping, my mouth dry, my sheets wet with sweat. The dream was always the same. I'm standing at a white door. I can hear knocking, but it's coming from inside. I stopped going to work, started staring at my phone for hours. The Remu app was still there, still glowing softly, like it was waiting for me. Then, I started hearing things. It started as white noise, a static hum under my thoughts, like radio interference. Then, it started speaking. Whispers, not in words I understood, more like fragmented syllables. Broken things crawling up from somewhere deep. I'd be brushing my teeth, and suddenly, don't let her die. You forgot me. No more room. I deleted the app, or tried to, but it didn't uninstall. The icon just blinked once, then disappeared. I thought that was it. I laughed actually, but that night, my TV turned on by itself. The screen was static, and in the static something moved. Not a figure, not exactly. A distortion, like something trying to take shape, but glitching. The sound was Cassie's voice, only not quite. You forgot me, Danny. So I came back different. I started finding photos on my phone, ones I never took. Cassie standing in my kitchen. Cassie sitting on the couch. Cassie staring at me in my sleep. Only it wasn't her face. Not fully. It was almost her, like a deep fake gone wrong. Eyes slightly too wide, smile too still. A dead thing, learning to wear a memory like a mask. I screamed I ran. I stayed at a motel, left my phone in a lake, broke my SIM. But the dreams followed. Now the door in the dream is open, and she's walking through it. They say when you forget someone, you leave a hole behind. But what no one tells you is that the hole doesn't stay empty. Something crawls in, something that wants to be remembered. And now, it's using her voice to make sure I never forget again. Daniel wakes up to the sound of humming, Cassie's favorite song. It's coming from behind his bathroom mirror. He reaches out, and the mirror is warm. Something is breathing on the other side. I forgot her to stop the pain. But now I remember again. Only it's not a memory. It's real. It's here. And it's not Cassie. I think I gave it a way in. And I think it's trying to replace me. The humming was soft, off-key. Cassie used to hum when she was cooking. Something sweet, something old. But now the sound was muffled, warped, like someone humming through water. It came from behind the mirror. I leaned in. The glass was warm. And then, I swear to God, it fogged from the inside. I stepped back. The lights flickered. The walls felt too close. The air grew heavy, static in the air, like right before a lightning strike. Then the mirror cracked, not shattered, just a hairline fracture right across the center. And something tapped from the other side. Once, twice, then silence. I fled the motel and went straight to a friend, Mason, a former security analyst. He owed me favors. I told him everything. He didn't laugh. Instead, he pulled up a command window on his laptop and scanned my old phone backups. The Remu app wasn't in the Play Store or App Store. No signature, no dev ID. It was a ghost program. But one thing stood out. The folder it created on my device was labeled /construct/identity/d_ridge/I asked. Mason frowned. This app didn't just delete memories. It built something from them. I didn't understand until he showed me what the app saved. A file, audio logs, visual data, facial scans, Cassie. Every memory I'd fed into the app. It had reassembled into a digital approximation. Only something had corrupted it. Some segments had added lines that I never recorded. You said you loved me, but you left the door open. I filled the space, Danny. I filled you. That night, I dreamt I was in my old apartment, except everything was slightly wrong. The photos were reversed, the doors too narrow. Cassie's scent was in the air, lavender and static. She was in the kitchen, not her. It looked like her, moved like her, but its eyes were wrong, too reflective, too wide. And when it turned to me, its voice echoed with distortion. You brought me back. I only want to stay. I tried to wake up, but I couldn't. I was stuck in the dream, trapped inside the memory I tried to erase. And it wouldn't let me out until I said her name. I refused. It screamed. And when I finally jolted awake, I was not in my motel room. I was in my old apartment, and Cassie's toothbrush was in the sink. Mason called me in a panic. He'd found something else. The app had synced with my Google account, pulling data from emails, photos, GPS history, everything. It didn't just build a replica of Cassie, it built a construct of me. I think it's replacing you, he said. Like, digitally. He sent me screenshots from a burner laptop. My face, talking in a video, to someone on a video call. Cassie's corrupted avatar. That's not me, I said. No, Mason replied. But it's using your voice, and it's starting to reach out. He pulled all the data he could and mailed me a hard drive. I told him to shut everything down. He never made it home. A few days later, a package arrived at my new address. No return label. Inside, the hard drive Mason promised, and a flash drive. I plugged it in, shaking. A single video file, Cassie finalconstruct.mp4. I hit play. She appeared on screen, staring, silent, for 10 seconds. Then, "You deleted me, Daniel, but I lived in you. So I made a place, and now it's yours too. Come see me." The screen glitched, cut to footage of my old apartment door. Knocking, slow, measured, rhythmic. Then, a second knock from inside my room. I turned around. There was no one there, but the humming had started again. I knew what I had to do. If it came from my memory, maybe I could trap it there. So I re-downloaded Remu, reinstalled it from the backup Mason left. The app opened by itself. Only now it didn't say, "Select a memory to erase." It said, "Select the memory to return to." I chose the crash, the worst night of my life. I closed my eyes, and everything faded. I opened my eyes. I was back in the car, rain on the windshield, Cassie next to me, alive. "Are you okay?" she asked. Tears blurred my vision, but the road ahead was wrong. I turned to her. Her face flickered, eyes glitching, smile too still. And then I realized I wasn't revisiting the memory. I was inside it. It had trapped me in the only memory I couldn't let go of. Cassie, or what was wearing her skin, leaned in. "Now we're together forever." The car sped forward, headlights in the rain. They say trauma carves a place in your mind, a hollow, a scar. But what if something fills that hollow when the memory is gone? What if forgetting is what lets it in? I tried to forget her. Now I never will, because I'm not in the present anymore. I'm stuck inside a haunted memory, and she's the one driving.